This is Thinking Thursday for September 19th, 2024. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I want to talk about what I think is a really important topic, but maybe one you haven't heard a lot about. Maybe you have. Employee engagement. What is it, and why is it so important for leaders to know about it? First, as always, let's start with a quote. Jack Welch, an amazing guy who, as you probably know, was a former leader and CEO of GE. He says there are only three measurements that tell you nearly everything you need to know about your organization's overall performance: employee engagement, customer satisfaction, and cash flow. It goes without saying that no company, small or large, can win over a long run without energized employees who believe in the mission and understand how to achieve it. Powerful quote. Very timely for what we're going to talk about. So in 1990, this idea of employee engagement was coined by William Kahn. He's a Boston University psychologist. But what does it really mean when we say employee engagement? I think we could probably understand, but here's Gallup, right? You know the Gallup polls. We use Gallup a lot. It does some amazing research. And Gallup defines employee engagement as the involvement and enthusiasm of employees in their work and workplace. The involvement, important, and enthusiasm, really important, of employees in their work and workplace. So why is this idea of employee engagement so important for leaders to understand? One, Gallup says that engaged employees produce better business outcomes than other employees, and across any industry, any company size, and nationally in a good economic time or in a bad economic time. Two, they also say that there's about 23% of employees worldwide and 33% fall into the engaged category in the United States. 33% of employees are engaged by this study. Gallup's research also indicates that how employees are managed has about 4 times as much influence on employee engagement and well-being as their work location. So obviously now with working from home and changing schedules and all that, and that challenge that we're dealing with as well, this idea that a good manager has about 4 times as much influence on an employee's engagement and well-being in their work as their work location. So really important for you leaders to know that this idea of employee engagement, which is, once again, the involvement and enthusiasm of employees in their work and workplace. How do they feel about how they're working? Listen to this. Leadership has a significant impact on the morale and feelings of employees. We also know, this is a different company, we also know that leadership drives retention, obviously. As the cornerstone of engagement, everything else depends on it. The link between leadership and employee engagement is significant. That's from a blog called Culture Amp. Gallup states that purpose, development, a caring manager, and ongoing conversations with your employees, and a focus on the strengths of the employees are all drivers of higher employee engagement. A caring manager. Obviously development, right? They don't want to be stuck in the same position with not any improvement, any training, any career path. The idea of purpose is such a significant part of this employee engagement thing. Why are you working and doing what you do? Ongoing conversations. So this idea of coaching constantly, not at the end of the fiscal year when you have to do an evaluation, but constantly. And a focus on strengths, right? This is what a leader should really be doing, looking at their people and trying to figure out if the right people are on the bus, right? To use that terminology of good to great, I believe is where it came from. But also, are they in the right seats? Are they doing the right things? Are you putting people in the position where they can grow, right? That's development, but also that they're using the strengths that they bring to the table. So how do you get better at this idea of employee engagement? One set of recommendations is Encourage feedback. You've got to be engaged with your employees and let them give you opinions, but you've got to create the environment for that. You have to allow them to say to you in a comfortable way that they disagree, or they have a different opinion, or they've seen something different. Remember, leaders, we don't know everything. 2, focus on onboarding. Oh my gosh. There's lots of statistics out there about starting with bringing somebody into your position, into your organization. And that onboarding process, those first 90 days will set the path for how long you're going to keep that person. If they're treated well, if they feel like they're important, if they have their workplace set up, if everything they need is there, and you are setting them up for success, there's a higher propensity for people to stay. How about offering development opportunities? That's the third recommendation to improve employee engagement. Look for ways to give people training, give people responsibilities, give people chances to grow. I used to always ask my folks, what are you trying to get to in 5 years? Drives them crazy, right? Because they don't think 5 years out. But it helps to help them think about going out 5 years. Where do you see yourself? What are you trying to do? Where are your passions? Ask those questions. Be engaged with them. Be interested in them. And finally, always, always, always recognize these folks that are doing hard work and recognize them in front of people. All right. Employee engagement, big topic. I encourage you to read up on this, Google it. There's a lot written out there. And I just hit the high points again, trying to do a micro lesson here, just something to wet your whistle to make you want to do more. I've been talking to you about the Mastery Lab. I launched the Mastery Lab a few weeks ago, and I want to talk tonight about just one of the 3 learning laboratories, the Peak Potential Network. I want you to think about this. I'm running into more people as I say this because people maybe don't admit it, don't think about it. Maybe they think about it differently. But there's a lot of folks out there that either are in a transition period, right? They've changed jobs. They want to change careers. They're not happy in their jobs. They're not happy with the future and how it looks to them. The Peak Performance Network will help you. Here's how it will help. 1 hour a month, I'll do a lesson on growth, setting goals, overcoming obstacles, creating a growth plan, those kinds of topics. And then another hour during that month, we'll do some Q&A, we'll do some group coaching, and you get an opportunity to try to put this stuff in practice. Look, it's $25 a month. You heard me. 2 hours of training, virtually, $25 a month. If you pay for it for a year, I'll give you a 10% discount. All right, you can come in and go out of that laboratory whenever you feel like you've had enough or you can't do it anymore, or maybe you're not getting something from it. I hope that's not the case, but I hope so. So look, reach out to me at info@browningadvisors.com. And if you want more information about these learning laboratories from the Mastery Lab, browningadvisors.com/mastery. All right? Look, thank you for watching the videos. Please pass them around to folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm trying to work on this algorithm. It's tough. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care.